If you stare over 60, this matters truly. Today we're going to talk about something almost everyone takes for granted, nuts. Because yes, they can be an incredible tool for your heart, your brain, your energy, and even your mood. But they can also turn into a silent problem if you choose the wrong ones or if you overdo the portion. And the worst part is that many older adults eat them every single day thinking they're doing the right thing while their body slowly pays the price. So stay with me because in this video, you'll discover 4 nuts you should avoid after 60 and 4 you should consider eating almost daily, plus clear portions and easy swaps. Before we begin, 2 quick questions so this can feel personal and real. First, after eating certain nuts, have you noticed bloating, heaviness, joint pain, or brain fog? Second, which ones do you eat most often? Peanuts, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, cashews, macadamias, Brazil nuts, or pecans? Tell me in the comments. I read them, and many times one small detail completely changes the best recommendation. All right, let's start with the ones you should avoid or reduce, beginning with number 4. Number 4 on the risk list, macadamias. Macadamias are creamy, delicious, and they look harmless. But for people over 60, they can be too heavy for the metabolism, especially if you already have high cholesterol, high triglycerides, fatty liver, or heart issues. The main reason is how calorie dense and fat dense they are. It's not that fat is automatically bad, it's that with age, your body often processes large fat loads less efficiently. And when that happens, triglycerides can rise, fatigue after meals becomes more noticeable, and your cardiovascular system feels the strain. And if they're salted macadamias, you also add extra sodium, which can quietly push blood pressure up. If you love them, don't panic. Just reduce the portion. Instead of a big handful, use a small serving and not every day. And if you want a more gentle replacement, switch to plain almonds or unsalted pecans, which many older adults tolerate better. Here sips a useful trick. Transition gradually. Week 1, mix half almonds and half macadamias. Week 2, reduce macadamias again. The goal is to let your taste adapt without feeling like you lost a pleasure. Number 3 on the risk list, Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are famous for selenium. And yes, selenium matters. The problem is that with Brazil nuts, it's very easy to get too much. And after 60, getting too much of certain minerals can trigger strange symptoms that people confuse with normal aging. More fragile hair, odd-looking nails, mood changes, a slight tremor, difficulty focusing. I'm not saying that happens to everyone. I'm saying it's a real risk when Brazil nuts become a daily habit in higher amounts. The simple rule is this: if you eat Brazil nuts, keep them occasional and small, not as an everyday routine. And if you were eating them for selenium, you can get it in a steadier way from foods like eggs, chicken, fish, whole grains, or seeds. For example, sunflower seeds in a moderate portion are often a more controllable option. And if you have kidney disease, you take blood thinners, or you manage thyroid issues, selenium becomes even more delicate. So it's worth asking your doctor or nutritionist what range fits you. Number 2 on the risk list, peanuts. Here sips something important. Peanuts aren't even a tree nut like walnuts or almonds. Consider a legume, and we still eat them like they're the same thing. And what sets the issue after 60? First, peanuts can irritate or inflame certain people even without a clear allergy. Sometimes it sits not an explosive reaction. Sometimes it's slow and subtle. Digestive discomfort, gas, heaviness, skin flare-ups, joint pain, fatigue. And many people don't connect it because they've eaten peanuts their whole lives. Second, peanuts are more prone to mold contamination during storage, especially in humid climates or when kept too long. And an older liver often has less room to handle repeated food toxins, even in small amounts. Third, many peanut products come with oils, sugar, flavorings, and too much salt. Candied peanuts, sweetened peanut butter, peanuts roasted in refined oils. At that point, you're not eating a simple food anymore. You're eating an ultra-processed product disguised as a healthy snack. If you love the texture of peanut butter, try almond butter or tahini instead. And if you want snack protein, pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds tend to sit better for many people. This is a common story. Someone eats toast with peanut butter every morning for decades, then brain fog shows up, arthritis feels worse, energy drops, tests come back fine, nothing serious. They remove peanuts for a few weeks and suddenly they feel less inflamed, they sleep better, digestion calms down. It's temps, not magic. It's identifying a personal trigger. Number 1 on the risk list, cashews. Cashews are the most deceptive because they feel smooth, clean, and easy to eat. But after 60, they can cause problems for 3 common reasons. First, for some people, they can contribute to kidney stones because of oxalates. If you've had kidney stones, recurring urinary infections, or suspicious lower back pain, this matters. Second, cashews can raise blood sugar faster than other nuts, especially in bigger portions. And since many older adults are pre-diabetic or diabetic without realizing it, this detail becomes crucial. Third, cashews are often heavily processed with oils, salt, and preservatives. And when something tastes too perfect, there's usually fine print. If you love cashews, the key is portion and frequency. Don't make them daily and don't eat them by the handful. And if you have kidney history or elevated glucose, you may do better choosing other options. Now let's flip the energy. We've covered the ones to avoid or reduce. Here are the 4 that are often true allies. After 60, always with sensible portions and your personal situation in mind. Number 4 on the must-eat list, pecans. Pecans are like a gentle shield for the body. They provide fats many older adults tolerate well, and they also contain antioxidants that help reduce the internal wear and tear that builds up over time. A simple benefit many people notice: fewer sugar cravings and better satiety. And that alone is a big win. How to eat them? A small handful a day is a reasonable starting point, or every other day if you're watching calories. Best unsalted and without sugar. They work well mid-morning or mid-afternoon to prevent energy crashes. Number 3 on the must-eat list, pistachios. Pistachios have 2 advantages I love for older adults. First, they are very filling. Second, many come in shells, which forces you to eat slower, and that helps your brain register that you've eaten enough. Eating slower improves digestion and naturally controls portions. They also provide nutrients that support eye health and vascular function, which becomes more important with age. Practical tip: choose unsalted pistachios. If you only find salted, rinse them quickly and dry them or reduce the portion. And always store nuts in an airtight container away from heat and humidity. Number 2 on the must-eat list, almonds. Almonds are one of the most complete options. Many older adults notice benefits with cramps, steadier energy, and even better sleep when they're used properly. And a key point: almonds often feel more predictable for the body than some other nuts. Here's a trick that helps a lot. Soak them. Leave almonds in water overnight. Next day, rinse and eat them. Many people say they digest better that way and feel less irritation. A typical portion is a small handful a day. If you're cutting calories, split it into 2, half in the morning and half in the afternoon. Number 1 on the must-eat list, walnuts. If I had to pick one single nut for most people over 60, it would often be walnuts. And here sits why in simple terms. They're one of the best options for brain and heart support when eaten consistently and in reasonable amounts. Many people notice subtle but valuable changes: better sleep, clearer thinking, fewer late-night cravings. One important note: walnuts go rancid easily if stored poorly. So keep them in an airtight jar, and if you can, in the fridge or freezer. That prevents the oils from going bad. A practical portion is a small handful a day. If portion control is hard, pre-pack servings and avoid eating straight from the bag. Now pay attention, because this is the part that changes lives. It's not about never eating something. It's about making a smart swap. If you eat peanuts daily, switch to seeds or almonds. If you eat cashews daily, switch to walnuts or pistachios. If you're overdoing Brazil nuts, make them occasional. And if your go-to is salted macadamia, switch to pecans or unsalted almonds. Try it for 2 weeks and observe. How sips your digestion? How sips your energy? Are you sleeping better? Did bloating go down? Did joint pain calm down? Your body gives signals, you just have to listen. And here sits a responsible reminder. If you have kidney disease, severe fatty liver, bleeding or clotting issues, allergies, IBS, strong gastritis, or you take sensitive medications, don't make extreme changes overnight. Nuts are healthy for many people, but not everyone in the same way. And portion size makes all the difference. The goal isn't to eat a lot of the good stuff. The goal is to eat the right things in the right amounts. To close, remember this. After 60, your body doesn't need more complications. It needs simple decisions that add up. Reduce or remove the 4 that often cause problems. And adopt the 4 that often bring the most benefit. Your future self will thank you. Now tell me in the comments, which of these do you eat almost every day? And which one surprised you the most on the avoid list?